Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is how we can customize the payment experience for your customers. So we're going to use SLQuickPay. SLQuickPay is a way for you to be able to send out a payment request as a simple link in email or in SMS or whatever, so that the customer, when they receive that message, they're then able to just click on the message or click on the link and go to a payment page without having to do any login and simply pay. Now, in many cases, we want to go ahead per customer or per payment link. You want to have some customized information in there, like say maybe a work order number or some comments or anything that you might want to put in there so that the customer knows what they're paying for, that type of thing. So what we're going to show is how we go ahead and create a payment a request for payment using our SLQuickPay. I'm going to make that request through a RESTful API. Now we have multiple ways of making this request, whether through the RESTful API or through a SOAP-based API, or by just calling a simple store procedure, so that anytime you need to go and create a link for the customer, you can do that and they just click on the link and pay for it. But in this case, we're going to just show RESTful API, and we're going to go and display some specific information for the payment link, and it shouldn't be per customer, but per link. So this way, anytime you generate that link, you can go ahead and say this link is for this, these additional metadata that you may want to go ahead and show. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and do some additional comments and say an order number. Since you can't go ahead and create a payment directly against a sales order, you may want to go ahead and do a payment entry against that sales order, or not against a sales order, but make a payment entry and then just let the customer know, hey, this is for this order number. So how do you do this? I'm showing right now some information on how you set up a RESTful API call to be able to make a payment link request. So you've got some basic information. Where's the endpoint? So what's the URL of the API call? Some other information like site ID, company ID, and authorization. This is usually configured when somebody installs your Catalina products, and they'll give you this information. And then there's some parameters. So the first few are self-explanatory, really, but I'll go through them. Company ID, this is your company ID for your SL system. Cust ID, that's going to be the customer ID for the customer we're going to be sending the request for. The amount, this is going to be the amount we're requesting. Now we're going to be doing a payment entry in this example. We can also do a payment application, which allows you to request payment against one or more invoices. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and do something simple. We're just going to go ahead and request a payment that's going to go and be captured against the customer account, and in this case we're going to do it for $10.23. And then an email list. This is a delimited email address list that where the actual link is going to go to. So it can be one or more email addresses. I'm just going to send it to myself. Now this one in red is properties. Now these are the custom properties that you can then per link customize so that you can send any kind of information that will get displayed on, you can make it display on the email template, you can make it display on the payment page, on the receipt email template after the payment's captured, or the receipt page. And you can decide which fields you want to show and where you want to show it, and it's completely customizable. And you can have as many fields as you want. I'm only doing order number and comments, but this is all customizable. These are just the two that I've chosen. So the way the format of these custom properties are is really the properties field is formatted in XML. So it's name value pair type setup, where you go ahead and define what the property name you want is. So I want to have order number and comments. And for this link, I want to show the order number as 12345 and I'm going to go ahead and put a custom comments. Now, when you're doing this programmatically, this data can come from anywhere you want. In this case, I'm just kind of hard coding it, but let's say you're generating invoices, you could go ahead and create these custom parameters from any kind of data that's in SL or anywhere you want. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and do it manually. Now, this because we're going to be stuffing this into a JSON payload when we go and make the request for the link, we have to escape some things. So I'm escaping the double quotes so that they won't get kicked out when we create it. So you can just see that this is how it's escaped, so that then finally that properties field is then going to look like this, where it's a name value thing, but it also contains name value. So when you finally look at the final payload that you're going to be sending to the SLQuickPay link request, it's going to look like this. So here's those standard parameters that you're going to pass with the company ID, customer ID. And then these are the custom ones with properties with the escaped name value pairs XML in there. So now we've kind of got an understanding of how that is. Then what we're going to do is we're going to modify the template for sending an email. So I'm going to look at this and let's see. What I want to do is show the order number kind of in the header here, and you'll see it when we actually go ahead and look at the email. But basically, all you have to do in the templates is just use get property and order number. Now this is ASP.NET, so this is a tag that ASP.NET understands, and this is a call to one of our functions that will then go and get that order number for this particular link and inject it or replace this tag with the order number that you passed in the API call. And what I'm looking at is the email, pay fabric, make payment on account call or template. So this is what the email is going to go and look like, and this is what generates the email. So let me then put in the comment, and I want the comments to go here, and it's going to go underneath the link in the template. So that's all I need to go and do. So now I've got my template done. Let me now make a call to my API. And here's my call. I'm using a tool called Postman. I don't want to have to sit there and write a bunch of code to go ahead and make this call. But Postman is just a tool that allows you to make a call to an API. And in this case, it's going to be to our API that's going to go ahead and do this payment request. And this should look very familiar. You can see the values here for the parameters, and then you can see this properties section with my custom properties here that I want to go ahead and show specific to this link. So now all I got to do is hit send, and that sent it. I didn't get any errors. 200 OK. So now let me bring up my email if I can find it, and it might take a few seconds for it to kick out, but what we'll end up doing, there it is. So this email got generated, and you can see here where I put the order number in the template. It went ahead and replaced that with what was passed in there, and then here's that custom, hi Ted, I appreciate your business. So this is a real quick way to be able to customize what is going out to your customers by the link so that you can give them additional information on what they're paying for, and that way it makes it easier for them to be able to go ahead and pay quickly. So if you've got any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll go ahead and put up my contact information after this. on a slide, and hope to talk to everybody soon. Thanks a lot.